Hello and welcome to the first game and the last game of today. It is day number 7. It is StarLadder Season 6 Fnatic taking on Power Rangers in this best out of 1 because that is what StarLadder is all about. It is basically a 16-team group stage where everybody faces each other once, and at the end of the group stage, the top 4 teams with the most points, you get points for winning. They move on to the LAN finals in Kiev, and we'll see if Power Rangers can get some extra points, or if Fnatic will take them home. And I say we because I don't only mean you, as in the viewers, and me. I also mean Basskip, because he'll be my co-caster for tonight. Welcome back.
Hi Sheever, pleasure to be back. And yeah, StarLadder, it's a staple. I always love watching it. I think it's great for the teams as well, just to have an online competition, you know, with only a best of 1 commitment at a time. So yeah, always looking forward to watching these two teams play. And
yeah, and still have something, of course, to play for as well. I mean, you can go to LAN finals in the end. And from what I've been told, that's always a blast just to be there, even if you're not winning. Before we jump ourselves further into the draft, though, I quickly will show you the scores as they are right now. As we see, Power Rangers, they have played 2 games so far, 1 loss, 1 win. And both of those were, of course, on Tuesday. And we see Fnatic a bit further down the bottom. They have played 4 games so far, have lost 3 of those. They've not really been in shape, but that could also be due to the fact that Fnatic is playing once again with a stand-in, once again without Fly. And even though they have played with Doomix for quite some time, and you know, he's a regular stand-in for them, it's not the same, and it's proven to be so.
5 seconds remaining.
yeah, definitely always having a stand-in does shake you up a little bit. Doomix is pretty experienced as far as playing with Fnatic goes, but I think you know, I don't want it shouldn't be mean to say, but they are a little bit weaker, obviously, without Fly, and a very early Undying pickup. This is a little bit out of left field.
It is unusual, because normally when you have an Undying, it's like, oh my god, they're gonna be going aggressive. But when you pick an Undying up this early, you're kind of putting all your cards on the table. So this already looks to be an aggressive tri lane. Could be an attempt to try to throw Power Rangers off guard. I mean, they've got a gyro and a clocker for themselves, so they got already 2 cores on lanes. And Fnatic basically only has 1, potentially 2, depending on what Undying is gonna be doing, if he is the support Undying or the carry Undying / farming Undying on a aggressive tri lane, and then lifestealer safe lane or something like that. But I have to say, I'm quite surprised to see them picking these up. And of course we still have a Magnus in the pool, and I believe I'm missing something that Nyx Assassin's still in the pool.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just interesting to see how people's priorities are shifting continuously. Like a week or 2 ago, we saw, and you know, in certain scenes we see no Keeper of the Light, and you know, over the last little bit that we've had of G1, you know, we've sort of had Nyx being bumped down a little bit in terms of priority, and then yeah, Fnatic pick up this Undying, and I want to harp on this Undying a little bit more, because it's being picked up after a gyrocopter, and gyro just makes Undying sad. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna see a Tombstone build from this Undying, but like you said, I mean, yeah, like you said, if it's a really obvious, really aggressive hero, he's not very good at ganking. He needs to be in tri-v-tri. So maybe Fnatic are trying something out here, but it's very interesting to see them, you know, lock in that Undying so early, when he probably would have made it much later in the draft. And you know, maybe this is something that they've been running internally in scrims and things like that, and they're trying to get a little bit more practice out with it. But I am. This is a relic. I mean, at least as far as I'm concerned, of, you know, a couple of months ago of Dota drafting. So
yeah, especially since of course gyro was picked up before the Undying itself. So that's you know, Fnatic knew what they were getting into. It's gonna be interesting to see what they will be planning with that.
Yeah,
we'll find out. I mean, they like. It is very tough. StarLadder in general, it is, of course, there are 16 teams. So sometimes if you're playing best of the ones, you might feel like it doesn't mean anything. But they actually do mean something, especially if you're going up against the top 4s, top 8-ish teams. I mean, you always have your favorites, obviously. You kind of have to win against those, because then you'll have a bigger chance of going to Kiev. And you kind of have to count on yourself winning against the bottom 8.
5 seconds remaining.
And
yeah, I mean,
yeah, Fnatic they've gone up against Mouse and Navi. I would definitely call them the top 8. Icy Cup and Power Rangers, maybe at the bottom 8, but at least around the middle. So it's, you know, it's not easy. But you still have to kind of win against them, kind of.
Yeah, no, I mean, Power Rangers are definitely, it's not fair to call them just a hurdle because they are a really good team. But as far as, a lot of the top teams in this ladder are concerned, they are just, they're a metric that everybody needs to be able to beat if you're going to be able to make it to the top 4. There are always going to be some teams like that. But yeah, it's a little bit interesting. And Fnatic going to pick themselves up a puck as well. So that's not too unusual as far as their drafting is concerned.
No tail puck most likely is gonna be coming out, as we have got the TA, the Skywrath Mage and the Nyx Assassin getting banned out, so some mid heroes being removed from the pool from Fnatic. We still have the Queen of Pain in there though, so Power Rangers could decide to pick that one up. We have a Storm getting banned out, as well as a Lone Druid and a Nature's Prophet. So that is gonna be some offlaners being banned out, some jungle heroes potentially, but offlaners gonna get banned out by Power Rangers, and it's up to Power Rangers to pick up their next hero, because they already have a support. They've got the Shadow Demon. They could go for a secondary support, which you might think like Leshrek or Lina or something like that, or Jakiro even, and then a mid laner, and then they're done.
Yeah, I'd really like to see Fnatic, and I think you touched on this a little bit earlier, running the Undying as the primary farmer in the tri lane, and then having the Nyx as the solo safe lane, instead of having it this, a double melee try with the Rubik. I think they could pick up a follow-up stun. There's a Lina, a Leshrek, a Jakiro. All 3 of them are great. All 3 of them are still in the pool, and they all combo fantastically with Rubik. And then have the Undying as the farmer go really aggressive. And then Power Rangers, I mean, they're probably just looking for a follow-up stun to the Shadow Demon as well. So Gyro SD+1 as their try, and then perhaps a mid as well, though Clockwork, I guess, could be heading that way.
Nope, it will be a Dragon Knight mid, probably. Taking a page out of the book of the Asian teams here, because we've seen a lot of Dragon Knight middle in the qualifiers for the International 3 and the Eastern ones. Could be that, depending on what Fnatic is going to play as middle, because Dragon Knight against Puck is definitely not an easy lane for Dragon Knight, but he is fairly tanky. So he might be able to survive, but we'll see what they're going to be doing with that. Could be the farmer for a potential aggressive tri lane coming off from Power Rangers with Clock with Gyro safe lane farming. They have a lot of options with their lineup so far.
5 seconds remaining.
And have some time to think about the next pickup as well, as Fnatic seemingly taking into some of their bonus time. And they can pick up basically anything they want right now.
Yeah. One thing that I'd really like to note about DK is that while he is... Whoa. Okay. So one thing... Before we talk about that, one thing I'd like to note about DK really quickly is that while he's tanky in all the right ways against Nyx. He doesn't have an enormous amount of HP, but he does have a lot of armor. So he's not actually that bad to run against Lifesteal, and obviously once he gets to level 16, helps to kite him around. But Fnatic, this is pocket strat central here, picking themselves up a Viper. So
I'm kind of wondering what they want to do with that. Viper is a hero that is very strong in lane. He has this orb effect. And wow, old hero Broodmother picked up. Definitely not a hero with the best success rate lately. But Viper is a mid-game hero. If he can get a good start, he'll roll over everybody. He could even go mid up against a Dragon Knight and have a better time than a Puck would have, and then send Puck somewhere else. By the way, Puck against Broodmother is fairly decent, because that orb will just clear out the Broodlings in no time.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm so intrigued by this draft. Viper was a hero that I was expecting to see more of as a pocket pickup when we started to see lots of Nakes, when Nakes sort of started becoming more and more popular and teams were sort of trying to figure out ways to deal with him. And he's kind of nice. He's a really big mid-game hero. He can comfortably pick up a mech, makes him very tanky, go from that into an Ags. They've got a Rubik, so they don't have to worry about Viper Strike being stolen and turned around. But yeah, I'm really interested to see how Fnatic are going to run this.
Well, we are going to see Trixie. I mean, he hasn't spent anything yet, but he's already got 3 item slots full. He actually picked himself up a Poor Man's Shield. I think we might be seeing an off-lane Viper here with a lot of regen, or with some regen. With the Poor Man's Shield. Well, we'll see who's playing what first. We have got Honey on the Puck, so no-tail Puck, but no-tail will be playing the Undying. Era on the Lifestealer for this game. It will be Doomix standing on the Rubik, and then Trixie on the Viper, and the teams are gonna be finding each other fairly soon. I'd say. Maybe.
Do you have an idea why my microphone wouldn't be working in Dota TV? It's just not. I've tried toggling, and then I've tried toggling co-broadcasters, but it's not working, and people in stream chat are still saying that it's not. Do I need to maybe try reopening Dota, or?
I have no idea how that wouldn't work. I don't think I've had that for a long time. And previously the toggling on and off would work. Sometimes it is the case that people inside Dota TV, that they have to toggle broadcasters, have to check one and then check another, and then take it from there, because sometimes it is Dota TV itself that gets stuck without you.
Yeah, always Viper. Yeesh. Okay, so Birdmother's gonna have to pop the web. Yeah, I'm not even getting the bubble though. Is the weird thing.
Oh,
like I'm not getting.
Then that your sensitivity is probably not
it's
high,
probably
not low enough. You have to drag it all the way to the left.
It's works. Yeah, testing. Okay, there we go. Now I'm here. So hopefully everyone in Dota TV can now hear me. Anyone who can't, yeah, do the thing toggling broadcaster and back. So sorry about that, Sheever, to waste all that precious starting time. Have we run over who's playing?
I went over Fnatic. I'll leave Power Rangers to you.
Okay, so on Power Rangers, very, very quickly before anything too interesting happens. Up on top, oh wow, chose the worst name first.
Cheshire Cat.
It's Cheshire Cat is going to be playing the Broodmother. On mid, we have ZXC playing the Dragon Knight. Luna is going to be on the Shadow Demon down at bot. That's going to be a little bit confusing. Cat is going to be on the Clockwork, and Moon is going to be playing the Gyrocopter.
Yeah, and this aggressive trialing coming off from Fnatic, it has got Undying, but he is not taking the farm, even though he does have one last hit. But Era is, of course, taking the farm here. Doomlings and No-Tail hang around to support. As part of the counter-initiation project, though, we have got a disruption, we've got cogs, and we've got home missiles, not yet, but flak cannon. It's actually fairly successful from Power Rangers to protect their team, so it's gonna be tough for Fnatic to get something going here.
Yeah, I mean, the support Clockwork is kind of weird, but double melee against a Clockwork and a Gyrocopter is not going to be... It's not going to be a recipe for fun for Fnatic here. So we'll see what they're going to be able to do, but I mean, yeah, there's just... Who do you go on PR? If you initiate on somebody who isn't Shadow Demon, then there's going to be a disruption on them. And if you initiate on Shadow Demon, well, there's Flak Cannon to drive you back and Cogged as well to try and walk through. So, yeah, it's a bit... This trialing's a bit weird, and again, Undying, we're not going to see his full strength. He is going to pick up a point in Tombstone, but again, this is going to be very swiftly dealt with by the Flak Cannon. So,
yeah, extra gold for Moon, not to mention. I mean, that's that's a lot of money. You get all those, zombies, because they do get hit by the Flak Cannon, right? The zombies themselves.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's unlimited targets, and it hits every single
That's
zombie.
a lot of gold.
Yeah. I mean, they're worth a little bit each. They're worth a pretty penny. So, yeah, we'll see how this works out. And I mean, the nice thing is as well that he can hit the Tombstone and hit everybody and hit all of the zombies. So,
it's gonna be gold mine for him. And we see the supports actually rotating. Doomix and No-Tail will be picking up maybe an Invis rune if they are fast enough, because ZXC is gonna be running towards that as well, and they're lucky. Oh. But they're not gonna be able to do anything with it. Like, everybody saw them picking that up. In the mid lane, meantime, we have, of course, Hani on the puck up against the Dragon Knight. Now, Dragon Knight is not having an easy time. ZXC is sitting on 14 for 3, so actually doing okay. 12 for 4 up on Hani. Actually, wow. He is doing more than okay for Dragon Knight mid. Yeah, definitely. Wow, this stash looks different. Interesting. And on the top lane, we have got a Viper up against a Broodmother. Not an easy lane for Viper in terms of able to kill off the Spiderlings, but he is 18 for 5 with Cheshire Cat sitting on 9 for 0. In the meantime, bottom lane, the Cogs were there, but Cat still getting chased down. Is there more? Flak Cannon, Rocket Barrage, Era in some trouble perhaps, but he's gonna dive this into Decay. He picks up the kill, and they might try to go for Moon here as well. Will they dive the tower? They are diving the tower. Era, though, took one for the team, does go down, but only after Gyrocopter went down. So it is a 2-for-1 trade with Era not picking up any of the kills, but did pick up both of those experiences.
Yeah, and the whole time, it was actually a pretty good time for Fnatic to go, because Shadow Demon was actually off trying to deward the pull. So that's why we didn't see any defensive disruptions or anything like that. So, yeah, nicely done by Fnatic, and so far so good. And on top, I mean, we're seeing exactly why Viper is considered such a strong solo, because he's just completely harassing the Broodmother out of lane. And we've even got a bottle now picked up just to try and bottle Crow a little bit to stay in this one. So nice adjustment from Cheshire, but it's a tough lane situation for him.
Yeah,
so as you said,
Broodlings, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, he does have the Broodlings. There's not a whole lot that the Viper can do about them. So.
And we do, of course, have now 3 kills on the board, but I still, even with those kills for Fnatic, I mean, they did lose Era for it, not the greatest start, and I'm still kind of worried for them. How that's gonna go on, because, well,
Yeah.
it's just not an easy time. But I guess time will tell for Power Rangers. We're not gonna see any rotation until the Dragon Knight is level 6 probably, and maybe then not even. I mean, they're okay with this as we have a disruption actually hitting up on No-Tail, but Luna is the one that they want. Open wounds hits already, and now with the disruption on cooldown, they might be able to get him as well. No-Tail coming in, has got another decay in a couple of seconds. Cut, nicely blocked, and the salve is there. Flare will also be sent. Moon in trouble, tried to come in to save his team. 1 decay needed, and hey, No-Tail with the kill. Not even the decay, it was just a kill, as we have also a kill on the top lane. It was Brood Mother that went down. Sentry wards all around on Trixie, and got himself the kill with that. Lucky thing is for Cheshire Cat, his Broodlings might be able to get some of the last hits, but he has to be careful. Just try not to feed them, because they do give a lot of gold.
Yeah, and it was just a random zombie stuck in the cogs that actually ended up killing off, Moon. So that was a bit, that was a bit funny. But Fnatic off to a really good start. Trixie and Viper. Nice thing about him as a hero is that, you know, once he gets a little bit of farm, once he gets off to a good start, then he can start paying that back in the other lanes as well. It's going to be, you know, pretty able. It's going to be very able to gank the DK. And DK actually with a very interesting build, picking up some phase boots. So that's a bit out of the ordinary. Yeah.
I like it. It's well, it's making them more mobile. They're up against the heroes that aren't that mobile by themselves, apart from the pot. But they have a Brood Mother, they have a Gyrocopter who normally gets at some point a Yasha's also a pretty fast hero. And then also Haze Boots, or Haze Boots, wow, look at me. No, Phase Boots, it's a potential for being a bit more aggressive, and I think that they would want to do that. As we have actually a Dream Coil up on the Dragon Knight, supports coming in as well. They're not going to be in time for that telekinesis though. Maybe they can do something. No-Tail, no Tombstone from him. So that is not gonna be a go. A bit of over enthusiastic Hanny. Wanted to go for that Dream Coil a bit too early.
Yeah, and just really good decision from DK to immediately break the coil, take the stun, and then just walk away, as opposed to waiting around for the Rubik to get in range. So yeah, you can just see he's playing with Doomix right now. He knows exactly what they want to do on mid, but he's a little bit too fast. On the phase boots point, it's not something that I should really be ragging on too much, because it's often just player preference. Phase boots are going to be nice for landing Dragon Tails, but the downside is that DK, it's generally considered that he has, you know, okay damage. He gets a little bit of plus damage. Well, he used to. I think that may have been removed, but he got a little bit of plus damage from his ult. So generally, you know, use the treads, get used to that, and then also get more out of your bottle. But
Moon, they want to get him. Disruption is there, but how long will it last? How long will they be able to keep him alive? The telekinesis was not used yet, and there he goes. Doomix picks up the kill, and no more flat cannon to take care of the zombies now either. So the creeps will be going down fairly fast, and nobody to eat the gold for that. And the supports, of course, backing off.
Yeah, and I mean, the tough thing for Power Rangers is that they have no hero that's going to rotate towards bot. Brood Mother is not a hero that's ever going to leave top lane for the majority of the game, and, you know, until she gets perhaps a fighting item, then she can look to come down and gank. But completely unlike Clockwork or someone like that, who would often see on a solo lane, or even someone like a Magnus. Era's is going really hard at bot. So.
Yeah. Oh, telekinesis there. The cogs are still hitting. Rocket Barrage, they want air. I won't be able to get him though. He's just fine. Or he was, until he came back for a soul catcher and the disruption. Looks like he is still fine though, especially with Doomix threatening there. There are cogs for Cat though, if he wants to, as Undying is actually in the middle. Not able to help out bottom, but is able to help out finally getting that kill up on the Dragon Knight. Fnatic, with their team, they are able to get these early kills. They are the team, of course, that you would expect that from, considering their lineup. But I'm actually quite surprised that they are able to be this successful. And we are going to be seeing him opening up on Cat here as well. Disruption will slow it down, but I think he's still going to go down. There we go. Again, Doomix with the Fade Ball, with that kill. And that is 2 kills in quick succession of each other. 1 mid, 1 bottom. In the meantime, Trixie, I think he's about ready to leave top, because you were talking about when people would rotate, and we do indeed have no one really from Power Rangers that would potentially rotate. Maybe a Dragon Knight who is actually rotating. He went top. But for Fnatic, they're ready way earlier to rotate. They can start pushing fairly early on. So I'm kind of waiting for that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, Power Rangers and DK's just sitting here. Are they going to be able to get this? Surely there are TPs on the supports. No and yes for Nakes, but
No, we're gonna be seeing Trixie in a lot of trouble though. He'll go down trying to do what he can. The TP comes in, but you know, like you said, it's only Nakes. And what can he do against an army of spiders? He opens up on Cheshire Cat though, only to chase him out. Gets a dragon till those spiderlings doing a lot of damage. Era, he has an infest. He should use an infest. But he, oh my god, and he dies! Cheshire Cat with the broodlings! And he is sitting safely, or he was sitting safely. No more though, no more. Sentry Ward helping out. And that is still a return kill, but oh wow, Era going down there. Wasn't what I was expecting.
yeah, spiderling's obviously not the ideal thing to... Definitely not the ideal. To
Puck
infest.
goes down in the middle also.
Yeah, Clockwork goes down. So Hani picks up another kill. Very eco build with the double null talisman. So just early fight, early damage. I guess it's not that great for harassing the DK since he's obviously pretty tanky with Dragon's Blood, but you can chip away at him a little bit. So right now, I mean, Trixie does die, so they slow him down a little bit. That's a big boon. I guess the thing for Power Rangers is, well, they don't really have heroes that rotate to gank. They do have rotate to push. But as I say that, a bit of rotation down towards bot moon.
Yeah, over moves, there's no supports close by, and even if they TP, they'll be too late. And Doomix gets all the kills here. He is 3-0-3. He is doing really well. And we have a smoke up for Cat and Luna, looking for top lane, looking for Trixie.
Yeah. Ooh, Trixie.
And disruption to
He's
start
a little
things
bit
off.
tankier this time around.
Will be Cogs. Yeah, he's got his drums ready, but here they come anyway. Soul Catcher on top of there. Cat comes in. He could still pop the Cogs if he wants to. Trixie trying to do what he can. He is able to kill off Cat actually, but he will still go down. But at least he didn't go down in vain. That kill though will be making the start for the tower push. I think that Cheshire Cat with his army of broodlings will be able to take it down fairly securely.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That's
Dire's
a word.
structures are fortified.
Definitely. So, yeah, a little bit of action going on for Power Rangers. They do get a tower down. They are going to get some more gold in pocket. If this
Dire's
goes
top tower has
late,
fallen.
then I mean I think
Radiant's
it's looking
bottom
pretty good for
tower
them. They've
is
got
under attack.
double full carries in the DK and the Gyrocopter pretty much, and then obviously Broodmother, sort of a semi carry. The split push sort of as good as a full carry. But yeah. So far so good. We're making it out of the early game, heading in towards the mid game. ZXC not enormously farmed. He's very fast. This is some race car DK right now, with phase boots and a drum.
And a bit of extra sustainability in those drums, of course, as well. And I mean, you said like if this goes late game, Power Rangers looking good with their dual cores, basically. For now, though, it is Fnatic that rules this show, and they're gonna be going up on ZXC and on Moon, and these are the two core heroes of Power Rangers. If they can get them down, that would be huge. But the Cogs there stop Fnatic from chasing, and they're actually gonna go up on Hani. Oak charge in, and Cat phase shift doesn't matter. Shadow Demon gets the kill. Infest out gets a double kill though. There still goes the Gyro as well as a Dragon Knight as well as Shadow Demon. Triple kill for Era, and only Cat left alive. Well, and the Broodmother, but like you said, she's never gonna leave the top lane anyway.
Radiant's middle tower is
So
under attack.
Nake's gonna Nakes in summary. I mean, if Nake's get off to a good start, it's so difficult to deal with him. And Power Rangers, they've got some tools between the Cogs and the Gyro slow on the call down, but I mean it's not a huge amount. So Arrow's gonna have probably a pretty good time this game, and so far really big participation, 3 for 2 for 7. Though he has died a couple of times, so Power Rangers, kudos to them. Meanwhile, Trixie 113 CS on top. I mean, this is inflated a little bit by Broodlings, but he's doing a really good job.
Yeah, and of
so
course,
far.
something that we can't forget. I mean, Broodmother hasn't been played for a long time, but when she was, and after the nerf, or after she was a bit, well, in a way, a bit nerfed because her Spiderlings, when they die, they give more gold, so it is less. Yeah, you don't want to give those Spiderlings away. So pretty okay still to get those all those pitlings hits as well. And he is on top of the net worth, right behind the Broodmother though, as we do have Cheshire Cat sitting there pretty comfortably at second place with 5,200 gold in his net worth. 1,900 gold in his inventory. Really curious to see what he's going to go for as we see different builds based on personal preference. Is it going to be a Manta style? Is it going to be a BKB? Will he want to have an Orchid? We've seen it all before, and normally it comes down to personal preference and of course what your team expects from you later on in the game.
Yeah, I love the Orchid here against both the Puck and the Nakes. I think Orchid is just an amazing item to have against Nakes. If you can silence him, then you know a lot of his survivability goes out of the window. So I'd like to see that from the Broodmother, though that again it does depend on how much he's going to be pushing and how much he's actually going to be looking to come to fights and participate. So I think Orchid into BKB, it's standard, it's what we used to see, and I think it's probably a pretty stable choice this game. Though we'll have to see. But what have we got going on? So ZXC ready to push on mid, and players having issues with modifier keys. So is that was the cause of the disconnect? But anyway,
maybe with the next patch. Of course, last night there was a small patch. Apparently, I got told that Venomancer looks differently for someone, but still have to find that out for myself. Random note. Oh well.
Some of the low violence heroes look really stupid.
It looks really awkward. Like it's Bone Fletcher with no bones, you know? Those kind of things. He like his flesh around his bones. No way ever.
Skeleton King? It's not a skeleton?
Nope. It is just a dude with a weird mask. Oh, Era. Oh. By himself, locked in cogs. Opens up on Cat, actually. Colon coming down, disruption there to save Cat for now. Here comes the Colon, and will they be able to get Era? Nice hook, stunning Era for a short period of time. He invests inside a creep though. Homo Missile coming in as well as Trixie, and they might try to turn this around. Another TP coming in from Doomix, but it's too late. Power Rangers back off. Cat already TP'd out, unless Era can still go up on Moon. He still has an open wound, uses his face boots. And gonna find Luna instead. Luna, who has got a disruption, but yeah, there he goes. Knowing that Moon would be the target right after, and it's only delay of execution anyway. Dominating Era right now, as he is now 4-2 for 7. And all 4 kills happened after those 2 deaths he had, basically.
Yeah, so Era has an armlet. Nyx is very, very scary at this point. ZXC gets a bit of pushing done on mid, and again, race car DK. Away he goes, but yeah, Fnatic just continue to push in. They're at a pretty substantial lead right now, both in terms of gold and experience. And I mean, this is the one problem for Fnatic, is that they don't really have a great counter push hero aside from Hani. So as soon as Trixie leaves top lane, Hani sort of has to come in and deal with the Broodmother, and that's not really ideal. I mean, especially if Brood does get that Orchid, she can definitely solo kill the Puck.
The time for Fnatic.
Yeah.
Well, the time for Fnatic is basically find kills and push enemies. Oh, Trixie. Gonna get slowed, gonna get stunned, gonna go down, most likely, at least. Yeah. His team coming in, but a bit too late. And the cogs, of course, preventing Fnatic from really joining that fight. Slightly enthusiastic. He did pick up a haste rune, so he was hasted, but the demonic purge there just purged the haste away, so no more haste for him, and died.
Yeah, so just gets roasted down. No way that the team could really help out. This is a very minor criticism for me, but Viper has stayed on Agi treads the entire time so far this game. I mean, even when he's seen dives coming and things like that, just staying on Agi. It's not a huge amount of health, obviously, and probably not a deciding factor, but you know, it's just the little things. So I thought, you know,
little things matter though, especially if you're having a time window to fight against. Which is what Fnatic is kind of doing up against well, a team that has, in theory, a better lineup. Of course, later on in the game, we're still going to have the split push coming off from Power Rangers, and we all know that, well, this Broodmother has been able to get a lot of farm, actually, but Broodmother hasn't been that important hero in the meta game for a long time for a reason. Is because you then force your opponent to fight with 4, and Fnatic are with 5, so they've got the outnumber advantage, if you will. The question is, how much do they want to give up for the fights that they are trying to lure out right now? because the top lane will be pushed. And actually, it's 4 versus 4 because, as you mentioned, Honey's still trying to counter push on that Brood top.
And I love this from Hani. He realizes that his job in this game is to stop the Broodmother constantly, so he picks up Boots of Travel and just says, okay, I'm gonna be here fighting Brood right up until my team takes a fight, and then I can go and help them out and help to mitigate, yeah, that 4v4 effect, that 4v5. So looking pretty good. Have we seen? Yeah, so Brood is going to be going for the Orchid. Again, I love the pickup. Oh, center
They
ward.
want to go for this. They have Dust on Doomix, and they go for it, and he walks right into that, and he shall die. That's a good pickup. Now Fnatic is free to push for 50 seconds. Yay.
Yeah, this is opens up the map a little bit more for them. Though they do have to counter push against the DK. The big C.
Dream Coil heads in. Hattie has got Era inside of him, and that's a kill very fast. Hani though chasing on Luna. One hit with that double damage through up on Trixie. That's so much damage, and he will be going down as well. So that is 3-4-0 basically, with of course the third being the Broodmother, in fact. But yeah, and Pipe almost up on the Viper.
Dire's middle tower has been
I say almost, and it's actually already done. The recipe is on its way. Roshan gonna be attempted. Yasha ready as well. I think that one belongs to Trixie as well. Actually, no. It belongs to Era. Are we gonna see a Sanjay Yasha? Race car lifestealer.
Yeah, I guess so. Everybody is a race car this game. And Fnatic, I mean, their lineup is weird, but it's got a really good death ball going between this fast pipe on the Viper. I feel like we should see a mech somewhere. Viper can carry one. He doesn't really use his mana that well.
Oh, Cheshire Cat. Demonic Bird coming up from Doomix, helping out a lot here. Hookshot in. Trixie still able to hit Cheshire Cat. That's a kill. Cat's gonna be the next target. Cat's gonna be going down. In the meantime, we do also have No-Tail in a bit of trouble though, but he got disrupted by his teammate, I believe, to help him out a bit. Actually, no, that was just a friendly disrupt from your neighborhood Shadow Demon. And Moon is gonna go down by Era. Just a solo chase there. And we see hook shots in from Doomix actually to help kill off the Dragon Knight. And now Luna's gonna be next, and they will get this kill. No. Yeah, they should get this kill. I was gonna say, no chance about that, and no doubt about that, and that's a team wipe. And a Roshan going the way of Fnatic.
Yeah, so I don't know about taking that fight for Power Rangers. I mean, yes, they've got some advantages going their way in fighting in the Roshan pit with Call Down and Cogs, and we saw them use it, but unfortunately, you know, Fnatic were either hiding up on the hill or they were hiding in the pit while that was going out, and then they all popped out and just sort of won the team fight. So Power Rangers, I don't know, you've got a really good pushing lineup. If you see the enemy team is going for something like Roshan and you know it's going on, and you don't necessarily feel strong enough to take the fight, you can take a tier 1 bot. You can, you know, you can push in a lane, you can force Fnatic to trade you for something as opposed to, you know, giving them more kills. Which, I mean, obviously that's not an inevitability, but your DK ult is on cooldown. You don't really have all that many items. You know, you've got items coming up pretty soon. You've got a Shadow Blade being worked towards. You've almost got the Orchid, but not quite. So I think, yeah, just a weird decision overall from Power Rangers, just to head into the pit and try and take that one.
Yeah, and they were actually doing okay before that time as well. I mean, Cheshire Cat was doing really nicely on the net worth, but with that one fight, with that one Roshan, deciding to fight rather than to trade for farm and towers perhaps as well, like you said, they put themselves at a very heavy disadvantage right now. It was about 6k in favor of Fnatic, and now it's around 10k, 12, going towards the 12k even, and it looks like they're going to be losing the tier 1 tower top, as that is where Fnatic is gathering around. Experience graph, same story. One fight can turn the whole tide.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, then, I don't know, I don't know why they're spiderlings top. I mean, Cheshire's gonna walk back to base. Doesn't actually have enough gold to buy a TP, so can't make his way bot to start pressuring his towers. ZXC's already there, so he's gonna be able to get a little bit of damage down, but I mean, Fnatic have already taken what they came for. And I said, where's the mech? Well, it looks like No-Tail's almost got that one actually picked up, so the death ball is almost 100% complete. They've got the pipe, they've got a mech, they've got an urn, they've got, you know, a level 11 Undying. And yeah, they've got 100% of their core, and I think they're pretty much just ready to keep barreling. And for Power Rangers, it's just, you know, maybe trade and then stop them outside of your base. I don't know if you should really be fighting this Fnatic lineup
Not yet,
anywhere
anyway.
outside of the high ground. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you've still got items to collect. You've still got power to to grow, and I mean, you've got the tools to be able to collect that gold as well in the split pushing Brood Mother.
Yeah, and they find ZXC in the jungle. He's gonna get silenced up, and he will drop Unstoppable Era right now. And I mean, Dragon Knight, he was doing okay mid. We saw him having decent amount of farm for Dragon Knight mid, I have to say. He's got his drums, he's had his face boots, and since then, the only thing he picked up, Claymore. Nothing else. Probably gonna be a Shadow Blade, but very far away from that right now. And Fnatic, they are just, you know, next tower.
Radiant's
2 mid.
middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, from one onto the next, and yeah, Power Rangers, all they can really do is stall. They do have split pushers in position. I mean, as you can see, Brood Mother's made her way up top, but Hani, with the bots that we talked about earlier, I mean, they're already there to sort of counter push. And Fnatic, SNY on Era, he's got an Aegis as well, I think. They can just pretty much look to go high ground anytime within the next 3 minutes that they've still got this Aegis. So it's gonna be tough for Power Rangers. Hopefully we'll see some, you know, just some pressure in the other lanes. Some nice cogs to prevent Fnatic getting up onto the high ground. And I mean, Brood Mother is doing a good job split pushing top. And again, with the Orchid, it means that Hani can't necessarily, you know, hold off the Brood solo. So
yeah, with one extra person there, they will be able to kill someone off there. But we haven't seen that many rotations from Power Rangers lately, or at least none other than defensive ones, and of course going for that Roshan fight, which they probably shouldn't have taken. But we see, of course, the carries trying to farm. Moon was bottom for a moment, tried to push a bit on the tier 1 bottom, realized he was probably in a bit of danger and backed off. But the supports have just been really careful. I don't blame them though, of course you don't want to be really fighting right now if you're a support. But also, they haven't really been trying to get any control back over the map. I guess in a way they don't have to. Because as you said, I mean, they need to turtle, they need to trade and then try to go for something. Oh, now they go somewhere. Thank you for proving my point. Power Rangers are going to be using Brood Mother as bait, going to be going top.
Yeah, and I mean, on the comments about not reclaiming map control, I was actually about to say that it's to their credit. If you look, every single, I mean, Power Rangers, their vision, they've got good vision over their side of the map.
Oh,
Moon.
That's going to be one dead gyrocopter. I was about to say, like, we see the drawing on the line now as well. Still going towards top. They don't know that. Oh, now they do actually. Trixie's being found out, and so this is a good trade. Even though Shadow Demon still goes down, but that's actually a fairly successful gank from Power Rangers. So they did the same thing as Fnatic did. Right now, though, they have to get the hell away from there because in comes Fnatic. ZXC already TPing out, Cat TPing out, Hani being too late to catch out anybody. So good escape from Power Rangers.
Yeah. So yeah, Power Rangers, they find it a pretty important kill on Trixie. I mean, he's pretty difficult to bring down. I mean, as you can see, he does get the revenge on the Shadow Demon before he drops. But I think Power Rangers are actually doing a good job of keeping control of their side of the map. I was just about to say, why don't Fnatic have more aggressive wards down? Why don't they have, you know, better vision over where Power Rangers are? But it's because the supports, I mean, they're in a bad spot. They don't have a lot of gold, but they've managed to, you know, scrounge up some sentries, which are now going to be dewarded by the gem on Era. But, you know, before that happens, let's take a moment to appreciate the fact that Power Rangers did get some control over their side of the map. They did have the setup to be able to get some jungle farm and, you know, be able to safely stack the Ancients a little bit, you know, maybe farm them as well. Though Fnatic have already sort of put an end to those hopes. So, good job, but yeah, not enough.
And we actually, I mean, we are talking about it, that Power Rangers needs time to get their carriers up with the right items and then they can fight. Without that vision, without that space to farm, it's gonna take a long time because they don't need to farm up one person. They have actually 3 people that need those items. As Hani is actually gonna blink in, finding Cheshire Cat, and there is of course a gem. They will be able to chase him down and pick him off as well. As Moon comes in with the cooldown, trying to prevent from chasing down. Oh wow. ZXC in some trouble. He has a Shadow Blade. He TP's out. Say wisely so. Yes.
Oh wow, Fnatic, they are hunting. Look at this. They smelt a little bit of blood in the water and they go straight for it. I mean, Tombstone to chop down trees is not a conventional move by any stretch of the imagination. But yeah, so they don't find him. Yeah. Unfortunately, while Brood is dead, I mean, again, there's no split push for them to deal with, so they're just gonna keep they're just gonna keep going. And Doomix has himself some
Yeah,
webs.
I was gonna say, he's probably fairly happy with himself right now. Like, it won't do anything for him unless he has to run. But I think he's very happy with himself, like, you know, in his web and all that.
He can set himself up, you know, a little escape route.
Yeah, you can have your fun if you play Rubik. But as you said, like, they're complete, they're done, they're ready. They have mech, they have pipe, they have everything, and they are going up high ground. They don't have a tombstone yet, though. Another 10
They
seconds.
don't have the Aegis anymore, notably. So Power Rangers did manage to last that one out, though. It was at the expense of a couple of kills. So that kill on Trixie helped to, you know, help get that as well. And that means if they do manage to kill off Arrow once, that's all they have to deal with, and you know, it's a lot more achievable than killing him twice. So we shall see.
Aegis or no Aegis, though, they look to be going in. They pop the pipe, leaving Doomix out of it, but he is standing in his web, so he's happy. Tombstone is still up there if they want to place it. There it goes. And this should be the way that they are going to go without backing off. Tier 3 tower going to get fortified for now, as there goes the Tombstone. So it's going to be some free gold. Telekinesis, Cheshire Cat in some trouble. Disruption there to help him out, though. Can they do it? In the meantime, Cogs going to try to save Cat's life, but we'll see for how long that's going to last. Hani, Rocket Barrage, Moon trying to do what he can, but has to fight a big-ass golem. And there is your first double kill. Viper with the kill, and the GGs are being called. Power Rangers, they don't have hope to make it to a very late game anymore. They tap out in the middle of a fight. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, once Fnatic made it into the base, I don't think they were gonna leave anytime soon. So it's probably gonna be 2 racks. Yeah,
To be fair, they have now 3 heroes killed off as all the 3 cores, so I guess, you know, yeah.
Nice job by Cheshire Cat in that fight. You saw Honey just use the Dream Core where the Raxes were. That's because he got silenced by the Orchid just as Broodmother came out of the disruption, so you know, good job by him. He actually got it after Honey blinked into the back of the fight. So obviously while they didn't win it, still some nice plays. And interesting draft from both sides. It's nice to see, you know, maybe this little bit of a Fnatic pocket strat that we might be seeing further down the road. Get some experience with it now.
Yeah, and like that they, you know, try out new things without Fly, as we've seen them in a bit of a trouble without Fly, and I'd like to see them still being able to win as well. So in the end, if we look at the kill score, 8-30, very one-sided. It didn't really feel that way because we always knew that Power Rangers, if they could hold on, they still had a chance. But they didn't make it to that late game, unfortunately for them, and they were able, well, they had to drop it at some point, obviously. So any final words and plugins and shoutouts for you?
Okay, so I guess I'll do the whole wrap up.
Yeah.
So, no, not much to say on the game. I think I already said my piece there. Obviously, thank you, Sheever, for having me along. If people want to support me or leave me any, okay, so feedback, basskipdota@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you guys as far as casting is concerned. If you want to support me, then all of my social media outlets are Basskip, so that's Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. And then as far as shoutouts are concerned, I'll do a shout out to Kanaz, great guy. I'll do a shout out to Koro. I'll do a shout out to Lawson. And I think that'll be it for shout outs. And yeah, again, one more time, Sheever, thanks for having me along.
Yeah, thanks for being here. This is, of course, the only game for StarLadder today. There's gonna be a few more tomorrow, though, for all you people wondering. There's actually gonna be 5 games tomorrow planned for now. You might see that get changed for a bit, but just to give you a bit of a highlight of what teams you will see, it is Mouse, Rox, Virtus Pro, Fnatic, Navi, QPad, all those, and OSG as well again. And that's actually all the teams that are there tomorrow. So all that in different compositions for the matchups tomorrow, starting at 5 p.m. CST time. So make sure to tune in again then. As for now, I'm gonna bid you a farewell. Probably might be playing some matchmaking as might be playing some matchmaking. Basically that. If you want to continue watching Fnatic, you can. They will be going up against Mouse Sports in just a moment on the D2L. If you want to follow me and support me or subscribe, like, etc., you can do that on all things that are SheeverGaming. So Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook /SheeverGaming, all the same, and also .com. So check that out, and yeah, have a good night, have a good day. And of course, if you can't watch more Dota today, but you want to watch more Dota tomorrow, and you want to watch more Dota tomorrow morning, and you watch more Dota tomorrow morning very early, you can go wake up at 3 a.m. CST time and watch yourself some G1 League. There's gonna be 3 amazing best out of 3s coming your way. And if you don't want to wake up that early, the last best out of 3 starting, I'm not entirely sure when, but I believe it's going to be scheduled around, what would it be? It's scheduled around 9, but it will probably be around 11 considering all the delay they had, but it's scheduled around 9 a.m. It's going to be the grand finals of the G1 League finals, already featuring Alliance, so that's your Western Pride right there. Anyway, thank you for watching. Go watch elsewhere, go watch other stuff, or stick around here if you want to. Thank you, Basskip, for co-casting, and that's a very long outro, and I think it's time to call it quits. Leaders.
Season 6 of the legendary StarLadder TV series. 16 top European teams, 120 season matches plus an epic LAN final voiced by your favorite shoutcasters. Watch the StarLadder TV matches using your Dota 2 client. Get an exclusive StarLadder HUD. Tickets on sale now.